Hi everybody, it's noathemoney and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Tiny House Thursday, in which I build a tiny house every Thursday. So in today's video I'm building a tiny house for a plant lover, and I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a lot with this build because I wanted to be a little modern, but I bulldozed it like 5 or 6 times, so it took me a while. So this tiny house is built on a 20 by 20 lot in Windenburg. It's on the island in the left corner. And this tiny house is actually an idea from one of you guys. So if you want to see a specific tiny house, just leave it in the comments and then I can build it maybe next time. And okay, the thing I struggled the most with was the roofing, because this is the biggest tiny house you can have with tiny living, but when you have these half walls, the roof actually counts as a room and as tiles, so I struggled a lot, but then I just made a fake wall with these roofing pieces and I just put plants in front of it so it's not really visible. And I didn't really close off the roof with the half walls because then I had too many tiles. So I just made it into a rooftop deck and put a ladder on the side of the house. So you can go with your Sims on top of the roof, and I put some planter boxes there and I playtested it. They can go upstairs. And as you can see, the build is coming quite together. I did use platforms, so that's also a few tiles, but I really wanted to use platforms in this build. So this house is for a single sim or maybe for a couple, but one of the sims or maybe both, they really love plants. I put a lot of plants here, more plants than I ever did, and I also put a feeding thing for the cat and a litter box, so you can have a cat here, but if you want a dog here it's also fine. You just need to delete the litter box and the scratching pole for the cat. And as you just saw, I did put a skylight here because I thought these plants need a lot of sunlight, so I thought it was a nice detail, and also because I struggled with the roof and just didn't want to make the big rooftop terrace, so I just closed it up a little bit. And here you can see I'm building the kitchen right now, and I at first wanted to use these green countertops, but I end up switching them to these other ones from, what's the pack called? Interior Decorator? Yes. And I wanted to use some more bright colors because there's a lot of green in this house from the plants, of course. But I did use the sectional sofas from Dream Home Decorator. And I really like this house. I mean, I think I can play with my Sims in here, and this is my favorite tiny house I've done, even though I've done 2, or this is the 3rd, so I'm just excited what tiny house I can build or what I'm gonna build, so I hope you're excited as well. And as I was building, I was trying to imagine what kind of sim would live here, and I imagined the sim is just plant obsessed and they just love plants. Plants are their everything, and I also didn't want it to feel too much plants, but I did put in a lot, so it's kind of obvious they love plants. And here you can see I'm just doing the entryway, and I used these things from Dream Home Decorator again. I'm so sorry. But the top shelves I actually ended up deleting because when I saw, or when I was decorating the roof, the top shelves were just going through the roof, and I just thought it was ugly. But it's also nice when they're not there. And I think it's fun because in this build I've used some things I've never used before, so I think it's fun with Tiny House Thursday that when I'm building a house I've never done before, I'm gonna use the decorating things I never used before. And not even with only Tiny House Thursday, but that's what my channel is a little bit about. I just wanna come out of my comfort zone and not build the same houses every time. And okay, I've used this couch maybe 2 times, and those things from interior decorator of the kitchen, the shelves, but I think it's nice to step out of my comfort zone with some builds, and I'm really excited to explore what it has in stock for me. And here with the couch, I just put it a little bit off the wall and placed those, what's it called, like little table things to put more decoration on it. And I've never done this before, but I just thought it would be fun. Just like I said, just stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things I've never done before. And also like using the table where the TV is on and the shelf above the TV. And right now I'm just focusing on obviously Tiny House Thursday and uploading another home on Sunday, but only because I'm not very good at community builds, and just like I said, stepping out of my comfort zone. So maybe soon I'm gonna upload a community build. I'm not gonna say when, because if I don't like it, I'm not gonna upload it, but who knows. So if you want to see a community build, just leave it in the comments, and if it all works out and if I like the build, I'm gonna upload it. And also soon I'm going to look for a Windows PC, because now I'm just building on I'm playing The Sims on my old iMac, and it's just not the best. So I also want to stream a Let's Play, but I have this old iMac where I can't put a second screen, and I struggled a lot and was on the phone with Apple for like 2 hours and didn't figure it out. So maybe soon I'm going to stream like every week or a few times a week and do a Let's Play. Maybe like a legacy challenge or not so berry challenge, or I don't know. It's just because I'm building so much lately, I kind of want to see what the gameplay was all about, and also again stepping out of my comfort zone and not play with the Sims or careers I always play with. So I think it will be fun. And if I'm gonna stream, if I have a Windows PC, it's not gonna be anytime very soon, but if it's happening, I will let you guys know. So you can go to my Twitch channel. It's also noathemoney. Okay, I've been rambling all over the build, so yeah, I'm almost finished. So here in the bedroom I struggled a little bit with how I want to place everything, and because I want to have a full-length mirror and a double bed, because I love this double bed from high school years, and I also want to put a lot of plants here. So I ended up not doing the room like this, so I switched the bed to the other side and just switched up the whole room basically. So I actually also didn't end up using the closet that I put in the little bump out, and I also wanted to use these shelves, but I thought your sim couldn't walk behind it, so I just didn't use it. And I also struggled a lot with what I should put in on the wall behind the bed, and I just didn't like how it all turned out. And looking at it afterward I should have just put a painting there and just one more of these wall decorations from the curtains. So yeah, I just end up didn't really liking it. But I do end up really liking how this build turned out, and yeah, it was a really fun build. I think these builds just inspire me to build more, and also because I'm a starting YouTuber for The Sims, I just really like how the support is from you guys, and that just inspires me to build more. And I'm so grateful for the support I've already gotten, and thank you all so much. And you just inspire me to build more and to upload more, and just thank you. I really appreciate it. And I just really like building. So now the inside of the house is quite done, and now we're moving on to the garden. And I really like this garden. I'm really proud of how this garden turned out. And I just put a lot of plants here, just like the rest of the build, because it's a plant lover's build. And there's just a few things your sim can do. Here you can see I removed the shelves. And I did put a lot of planter boxes out there just for your sim to max up the garden skill. And also this flower arranging table from Seasons, I believe. And I've never used it in gameplay, but I thought this was the perfect build for it. And also The Sims just did their live stream for the new update, and I'm just so excited for the update for the infants and also for the next expansion pack. It's kind of generations related, but I'm curious to see if it's any different from Parenthood. But I'm just very excited because we have been asking the Sims community for a generations pack for ages, and also the infants. And I mean, do you remember when there weren't even toddlers or pools, and when you aged up your baby it just was a child? And just I think it's funny how when The Sims 3 with the open worlds and with everything, and it was just amazing. And then The Sims 4 game, we had no ghosts, no pools, no toddlers. And I do prefer building in The Sims 4 than in The Sims 3, but the gameplay was just not really it. But I think The Sims 4 is just amazing right now with the toddlers and with the infants, and I'm just very excited for this generation kind of pack. But now back onto the build. So you've seen me decorate the garden and now the rooftop, and now I'm just going to landscape a little bit because I wanted to well, in the area around the house there's a lot of plants, and I wanted to also have a lot of outside plants and not just indoor plants. But I think I've done well. So now we're just near the end of the build, and thank you all so much for watching, and if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. The build is on my gallery under the gallery ID noathemoney. And if you want to see a specific tiny house, make sure to leave it in the comments, and maybe I'm gonna build it next time. So thanks for watching, and bye! We say our goodbyes and light up like a fire.